Good morning, everyone, or whatever time it is for you. Today, we are going to be talking about the reason that you have not made it, the reason that your bank account looks the way it does, the reason that you look the way you do, the reason your physique is not where you want it to be yet. It's all your fault. This is something that I've touched on in another, I feel like I've talked about this loosely in a few of my other videos, but I've never made a full topic on it. But everything that you have, everything that you are, is a result of you. Now, yeah, there's some things that we can't control, but for the most part, it's all your fault. People say, I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time for a side hustle or whatever. Yes, you do. You just don't make time. You just don't. And if that's calling you out, if that offends you, I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. It's just the truth, and it's time to accept that. That is one thing you have to accept before you can do anything. You got to get your mental right. You got to realize it's all on you, and you're not going to go from doing absolutely nothing to just going insane out of nowhere. That just doesn't happen. Some people do it, but for the most of us, that's very difficult. Like, okay, let's say you literally have never been to the gym before. You start going. Are you going to be going 6 days a week or 7 days a week even for like 2 hours like a lot of people do? No, you're not. You're not going to be doing that. And I'm going to tell you why. Your body is not used to it yet. You're not acclimated to it, and you're going to burn out if you try, especially if it's something you don't enjoy at first. I actually just came from the gym. I will be honest with you. For the past couple months, I've slacked a little bit on the gym, but I made a decision that is no longer going to be the case. I realized the reason that I've lost a little bit of strength, that is my fault. It's on me. It's not anybody else's fault. I just have to make it happen again. I made tons of progress, and I lost a little bit of it. I'm still kept a lot of the gains, but I've lost a lot of it at the same time. And that is my fault. The reason that your bank account looks the way it does is also your fault. If you tried to start a side hustle and it didn't work, well, did you give up? Did you look for other opportunities? Did you try other options? And if you didn't, that's on you. That's your fault. And why didn't you try anything else? Why did you give up? Is it because you were lazy? Is it because you were discouraged? Well, those are normal feelings. That's normal. But it's still your fault. That is your fault. I want you to understand that. So once you kind of get that through your head, it kind of changes your perspective, because a lot of people will blame their current situation on their parents or the school system or something like that. And they just say, well, this is just the way it is and there's no way out. Yes, there is. There is always a way out, I promise you. And the reason that you are the way you are is because you're using that excuse. I know it's very common for people to blame their parents on their lack of success or the way they are or their, addictive behavior, stuff like that. That's normal. It is normal to do so. I get it. I understand. Our external surroundings have a ton to do with what's inside of you. I completely understand that. But at the end of the day, it's still up to you to make the choice to better yourself and to want more and demand more out of yourself and take action. So that's essentially what I want you to understand, is it's all up to you. No one else is going to do it for you. No one ever was. No one ever will. And it's just time to get moving. If you're watching this video, I want you to take it as a sign that you're not exactly where you're called to be. You're not exactly where you're called to be. You are made for much more than that 9 to 5 you're working. You're made for much more than that weak physique that you have. You're made for much more. Now, if you don't have a weak physique, and if you're out of the 9 to 5, then that's great. You may not even be watching this video, because this video may not be for you. You're probably doing bigger and better things by now, and congratulations to you if that's the case. So I just want you to put it into perspective, though. And if you're not there, guys, listen to me when I say this. Please listen to me when I say this. do not do this. Do not compare yourself to those that are there. Do not compare yourself to those that aren't there. Your journey is your journey. I am still figuring that out. I am still learning that every single day because I have such a bad tendency to compare myself to others, and that is not healthy for you. I am working on that every single day. That's a struggle of mine, just being kind of transparent. I'm not perfect. I get on here and talk about this motivation and everything, but that doesn't mean that I am perfect. It doesn't mean that, and it never will. No one's perfect except Jesus. Jesus was perfect, but I want you to understand that your life and your circumstances are just a result of you. Now, if you're in the trenches and it's because, your parents may not have had a lot of money, stuff like that, well, if you want it bad enough and you work hard enough, you can get your whole family out of there. You can rescue them from poverty. It can be you. Why not you? Why not you? It's always somebody. There's always a success story somewhere. Why wouldn't it be you? Why can't it be you? You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Don't you want to be able to call your mom one day and just tell her you made it and she doesn't have to worry anymore? Or your dad or whoever that is to you, whoever that special person is to you. All your hard work will be worth it. All of your hard work will be worth it. And don't you want to be able to build that dream body that you've always dreamed of? You're gonna go to the pool or whatever. Summer's coming up, and you're not gonna want to look flabby and all of that. Build that dream physique. Build that dream body. You have it in you. You do, but it's just up to you. Do you want it bad enough? Do you want to do that? Do you? You have to ask yourself that question. And if you say yes, but I don't have then you don't want it. You don't. You don't want it. You may want it, but you don't want it bad enough to take the action to do something about it. So just take ownership, take responsibility. It's all on you, man. It's all on you. Just like my journey and my success, that's all on me. No one's gonna come do it for me. I've gotta sit down. I'm literally sitting at my desk right now, right after I record this video. I'm about to get to work on my side hustle, on what I do on the side, outside of my 9-to-5 job. Which, if you guys have seen my other video, you guys know that I'm actively trying to leave that because I just can't do it anymore. It's not even the job. I actually somewhat enjoy my job. My job's not that bad, but it's just the time freedom that I crave. That 9 to 6 is getting really old. It's getting really old, and some days it's even longer than that. So it's getting old. So, but you know what? The reason I'm not out of the job yet, it's on me. It's on me. If I would have gone harder last year and for X amount of time, I could have been out already. I could have been doing my own thing, but I didn't. And you know whose fault that is? Mine. Just like the reason that you're not out of your 9 to 5, if you still have a 9 to 5, it's your fault. And I'm not saying that to just, well, in a sense, I am saying it to call you out because you need to take the action. You need to have a realization of, wow, this is my fault. This is on me. And quit blaming it on external sources. Quit making the excuses and just get after it, man. It may take you a couple years. It may take you a couple months even, depending on what you're doing and depending how hard you go at it. It may take you 5 years, 10 years even. But look back and that progressive overloading will be insane. You will look back and say, wow, I did not ever think that I would have any of this. So anyways, I also want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the recent videos. They've been doing pretty well as of lately, and I thank all of you. If you're here and you're watching if you made it to the end of this video, I thank you so much. I love you. You're doing great, and I just want you to know you're gonna make it. We're all gonna make it. Everyone, I hope you have a great day. Hope you have a good night. Whatever time of day it is that you're watching this, just get to work, man. Get to work.